Hi Virgo, this is your March 2015 horoscope with me, Lada, from astrolada.com. And this is for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Virgo. And what is happening? First of all, Saturn is turning backwards. It's going to be moving backwards from March to August. So it requires from us to work extra hard in the houses where Saturn is moving backwards. Because when Saturn gets backward, retrograde for a few months from March to August, Saturnian lessons becomes harder. Saturnian, we're required to put the extra push and the extra effort in regards to fourth and third house matters, because Saturn will be in your fourth and third house, respectively. Some of you might feel it more in the fourth, some of you more in the third. So you'll be asked to show more hard work, to show more perseverance and patience, to have an extra push of efforts in regard first to fourth house matters, which might be to do with family, with property. Some of you might be moving and relocating or buying new property, so they might feel like, you know, okay, it's a lot of hard work redoing the property, or it's extra responsibilities in regards to property and home or family. You know, some of you might even have to take care of parents in some way, or of a family requires more time and effort from you, family issues having to be sorted out. So at the moment you might feel quite tested from March to August in those matters. You might feel like your perseverance, your hardiness is tested. But you just have to plow through. And you have to put the extra effort to make this, to solve this matter, so to fulfill those responsibilities, because they're usually quite karmic. And then when Saturn starts moving forwards again, you'll see much better results, because the retrograde motion requires us to redo something a few times, to, maybe some extra responsibility that came to you in the past few months, they can get repeated again now in regards to home, family, or in regards to third house matters, which is siblings, relatives, which is in regards to studying, learning something new, learning new skills, extra responsibilities in regards to activity of the mind, because the third house rules minds, relationship with siblings. I said those things already. In regards to doing some difficult projects, in regards to working in team, working with others, because third house rules teams and small groups of people. So some problems can crop up with those things that we have to sort out and resolve and persevere despite of the difficulties. In regards to neighbors and our neighborhood as well is Saturn. These are the more mundane things. The more internal things are restructuring of your mind. It becomes more demanding. Saturn becomes more demanding in regards to mental projects and anyone who is involved in any mental work that requires left brain activity, like rational thinking, organizational thinking, learning information, systemizing information, putting it in order, anything administrative, anything managerial. Almost all careers are very much third house careers. So if you're in any of those careers, usually white collar careers, careers, Saturn in the third house requires you to be much more systematic, focused, your mind, maybe learning new things, or maybe revising old skills and redoing them over and over till you learn how to do them properly, those skills. So from March to August, a lot of those things become more demanding and you have to put more effort. But from August till November, when Saturn is moving forwards, you see very much satisfying results. The extra effort that you put from March till August will pay off from August onwards. So it can be with third house matters that I mentioned, whether it's trips, short trips, siblings, neighbors, your relatives, communications with teammates, learning some skills, doing some administrative work, communications. Sometimes people, when Saturn is retrograde in their third house, becomes much more critical to how they express themselves verbally. They don't want to, and they have to become more mature, more serious, more organized with their verbal expression, with their thinking processes, to structure those. And fourth house matters, because Saturn also is retrograde in your fourth house for a bit. As we said, family, personal, emotional issues, responsibilities with property. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a little bit more long-term prediction of what lessons Saturn requires from you. But let's see, specifically for March, what is happening for you, Virgos. Well, Aries is the sign that is getting triggered for manifestation this month. The manifesting planets, Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars for Aries aspected all. So it means positive manifestation for good things. But for Aries is your 8th house for Virgo. So basically Virgos, for them, matters of the 8th house start happening, can manifest in a good way. What is the 8th house? The 8th house is mutual finances. So maybe now what can happen is that money that is owed to you from someone can come back. May ask now. Or if you're looking for support from someone financially, call your lover and say, you haven't sent me money into the bank. He'll send now, Or tell your husband, I need money for a new bag or whatever. Some resources, other resources or money can manifest more for you now, because Aries is your 8th house of things that are not ours, of tangible material resources or emotional resources that you can utilize and that can be useful for you in a positive way. Or maybe your partner can get a promotion, or maybe your partner can give you a present on the smallest level with something small, Depends how strong naturally is your 8th house. If you have a fantastic 8th house, you can, win from the lottery now. If you have a average 8th house, you can just get a present from someone, someone can give you a loan back, or maybe you can get some money from the bank now, or maybe you can sort out your taxes. Finally, because 8th house rules taxes, money that we owe to others, and money that any kind of transactions with another financial or material is 8th house. Not your personal money only, but money that is involved with others. So depending how good your 8th house is, naturally you can either get something much bigger there, like a windfall financial, like surprise, surprise financial increase or emotional support in some way, or in a negative way. Not negative, there is nothing negative, but if your house is weaker, it might be just something in a smaller level, if your 8th house is naturally weaker. But definitely now is the time to ask, and you shall receive. Go ask the bank, go ask whatever support you need from another, or maybe your partner, husband or wife can get some increase, so that's the positive side. 8th house also rules on the emotional level, on the subconscious level. It's a house of battling and power struggles. But 3 auspicious planets trigger your 8th house. So if you're involved in some kind of a power struggle or battle with someone, now you can have the upper hand in a sense. Now you can benefit in some way. Now you can have the psychological, to manifest in a sense, have the psychological strength to manifest more strength in that power struggle. 8th house also rules intimacy, deep intimacy with another person. So for some of you, it might be manifesting on more sensual, intimate level. You can maybe disclose certain secrets to another person, and this will deepen your intimacy. Your trust towards another person can be in a positive way. It's triggered in a positive way. Your trust can be deepened as well. And you can be more willing to open yourself and be more vulnerable to another and reveal some of your secrets to another. But this will again play out in a positive way. So if you've wanted to share something with someone for a long time, now is the time to reveal it to them. This will not backfire on you, in a sense. Okay, but on the mundane level, this is more financially manifesting from other people's material resources of other people's, in a sense. Or help from other people if you want, ask for help. Even if it's not material, It might be emotional support that you need. 8th house is the house of psychology, of resolving psychological issues. And it's triggered in a positive way. So some of you might finally be able to resolve some psychological trauma, some psychological pain, or at least come a step closer to unlocking this pain or this psychological trauma, to having an understanding why it happened, or releasing somehow this trauma. Because 8th house is can be very dark house where past life trauma is stored, and fears, powerful, unsurmountable fears, and phobias are stored. And these 3 planets trigger in a good way to stir up the dregs, to stir up this muddiness of this the psychological mud of the 8th house. And this can bring to the surface more emotions, more emotionality, more compulsive behaviors, but at the same time, it brings them to the surface and you're able to release them a bit more. Okay, so that's one of the big important things that's happening for you, Virgos. And let me just check what else is happening. Sorry. Yes, so the matters is on basically mutual support with another person. It's you can benefit from another person, and you can also deepen a relationship with another person psychologically and emotionally. And I just want to give you some specific days. Those of you Virgos who have their ascendant or their moon from 3 till 6 degrees in Virgo, ascendant or moon from 3 till 6 degrees, basically those of you who are born approximately from the 27th to around the 30th of August. These are the August born Virgos, but maybe plus a day or minus a day, you know. So the mostly those of you who are the August born Virgos to around the 30th, you're having Saturn transit, and Saturn transit is extremely powerful for you in March, and you're probably feeling it already in February very strong, because Saturn is staying around those degrees. Saturn is stuck on those degrees and is aspecting your planets. And Saturn, particularly if it's your sun, it might be kind of testing of your self-confidence, testing in regards to your career and your goals, how persistent you are, basically if you're born around those days that I mentioned. Testing with male figures in your life, maybe some male figures in your life are going through difficult period themselves, like a father figure or husband or authority or boss figure. There might be some testing with a boss figure, authority figure, or authorities in the whole. Testing in your own goals and plans, testing in regards to your self-confidence. And it just, Saturn requires that you work hard, whatever is thrown at you, whatever extra responsibilities that can come, that you handle them maturely, that you keep your composure, keep calm. And Saturn will keep in your life only the things that you're very committed to, only the things that are very committed to you themselves, you know. And the things that are not committed, you're not mutually committed to, they'll fall apart from your life, because Saturn has a separating influence. But the things that are really meant to be in your life, the things that you really put a lot of effort and that are important for you, a lot of perseverance, you just become even more masterful at them while Saturn is aspecting. You are required to put much more effort in them. And but at the same time, the results of this hard efforts after that are much longer lasting. If it's your moon on those degrees from around 3 till 6, it might be emotional relationships and connections that are tested more, and or something to do with property and home that is tested more, and that you have extra responsibilities there, or something to do with women, because the moon rules women, that some complications or difficulties or, you know, like Saturn's influence, responsibilities, more maybe separating influence with a female figure in your life, and having to work through issues with females, so emotional issues, because the moon is emotional matters. Or if it's your ascendant in those degrees, it's more to do with your self-image, your path in life that is being tested. Might be even relationships, because the ascendant axis is the axis also to do with relationships. But for the rest of you Virgos, it's not so. Only those, the August-born Virgos, March is more demanding. But if they pass these tests, they will have more strengthened. They'll have strengthened that area of their life. But if they have lost something now in March, if you lose something now in March, the August-born, Gemini, so the early degrees, ascendant or moon, then it means this thing was no longer relevant in your life and usually goes away, you know, it doesn't come back after that. So thank you very much, Virgo, and I will see you next month.